everybody. Welcome back to Saturdays at Derek's. I'm Mike, and this is A Corpse.
I'm in bed heaven.
Ooh, callback. Think we need to tell that story now, or?
No, I think Josh will get it.
Okay.
He might be the only one, unless I think Becky Baker might get that reference, but
yeah.
I think us four are the only people left alive who might remember that reference.
Oh, we're old. And I'm pretty sure Becky doesn't watch this fucking show. So we're straight out there. But anyway, so after a 2-week hiatus.
Yeah, we're back. Yeah.
Yay us. So, Force Friday happened while we were gone.
Yeah, Star Wars toys, some of them are cool, some of them are not so cool. It really bums me out that we're taking a step back away from advancing toys, and we're kind of getting back to cheap, shitty toys. Where everything's like this and made out of the cheapest plastic possible with the cheapest paint job possible.
Right. But at the same time, Princess Leia doesn't look like a bodybuilder anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, there were some fucking missteps in previous toy runs.
Yeah, well, and they corrected that, and we were taking steps forward and getting better articulation, better paint. I mean, Todd McFarlane toys really took toys in a step forward. And unfortunately, at that point, it became a collector's item, which then crashed, as collector's items often do, because everybody starts going out and buying them, and everybody starts going, oh, ching, 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 ching.
Right, and then the manufacturer starts producing higher and higher volume to cover those sales and making them more expensive because they know that the collector nut jobs are going to be snatching them up, and eventually the market can't support that bullshit anymore, and it all fucking falls apart, and the collector is stuck with a bunch of shit that's really worthless because it was suddenly overproduced.
Now, on the plus side, these toys are reflective of the cost of these toys is reflective of their quality. Which is
for the most part,
like a 12-inch figure is like $10.
Yeah, but they're
fugly. I don't even want to purchase them.
Yeah,
and it's kind of reflected also in the way the sales go. The Black Series 6-inch figures have been selling really well,
and they're nice. They're nice. Pretty good looking figures for being standard retail. They're pretty damn good looking figures. I mean, it's not like we're talking like Hot Toys and shit. But.
No. And then like the 3 1/4-inch figures are down to 5 points of articulation again, which kind of bums me out.
Yeah.
But they're only $7. So that's not too bad of a price point.
No, it's pretty reasonable, and at the same time that it's basically the articulation we had when we were kids buying the original Star Wars toys. That's what it was. And the one thing you can say is that with that basic articulation, they held up really well. I mean, there's less to break, I guess, in a 5-point figure than there is in like a 15-point. Yeah, you can't put them in super funky poses, but they'll definitely put up with a kid's beating.
Yeah, there's a lot of throwing of figures and stomping of figures with other figures when we were kids.
Yeah, you could strap a Star Wars figure in fucking firecrackers and it'd be a little melty and scorched, but not destroyed.
So, for you, does it make more sense to have cheaper toys that are better articulated and better sculpted, or that are not as articulated, not as sculpted, or would you rather spend a little bit of extra money in?
Well, I guess to me it depends on what the market you're trying to nail. Less articulation, less detail, lower price point. That's good for little kids and the parents of little kids. On the other hand, people like us who are childish adults is a different story, because we want interchangeable, superposable, the Black Series Han Solo with 5 sets of hands and, different outfits in a little fucking carbonite box in with him and shit.
I remember the last time that this cycle went through was like the late 80s.
Yeah.
And we were playing with G.I. Joes and Transformers.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, everything was coming in with that really cheap bright orange plastic.
Oh, the cheap, bright orange plastic. Don't get me started on Transformers, man. When we started getting Transformers toys, they were mostly metal. Mm-hmm. And they were really well made. They were durable. They were, built to fucking last. And by the time the original run of Transformers ran out, it was thin, cheap plastic and brittle white metal joints, and they were shitty, not good looking, broke really easily. It's
now there's other
and I'm pretty sure they didn't get any cheaper, even though the cheaper materials were being used.
I think they got a little bit cheaper. They at least got to the discount bins much faster.
Yeah.
I remember being able to get G.I. Joes for like $1 a piece.
Yeah.
Because they had gotten unpopular because the
unpopular and the ideas they were coming up with in the late stages weren't very good.
You don't like Battle Force 3000?
No, I did not like Battle Force 3000. I didn't like the Iron Grenadiers. Cool name and shit.
I like the Iron Grenadiers.
I hated their vehicles.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I kind of like the vehicles.
No, they were
I like the
shitty.
gold, red, and black look.
Yeah,
I thought it was really cool.
No, the color scheme was nice. The concept was cool. I didn't dig the execution.
Yeah. Now there was other shortcuts that they took in the early 80s. Most definitely in the He-Man series.
Don't get all whiny about toxic materials.
Look,
just
I'm talking about
buck up and deal with your third testicle.
I'm talking about reusing molds. So you had the characters with like the same legs, and G.I. Joes did this a lot too. G.I. Joes would have like a series of body parts and that they would then mix and match between different characters to make different characters.
Yeah, but we did the same thing.
Give them a different head.
Yeah, but we did the same thing. I mean, by the mid '80s, it was get out your screwdriver and build a GI junk time.
Yeah. Mostly because the rubber bands were breaking.
Well, partly because of the rubber bands were breaking, partly because we wanted to make characters based on ourselves that weren't shitty. Because remember when G.I. Joe did that thing, be a G.I. Joe, send us, box tops and Steel couple of bucks and shit, and we'll make a character based on you, except it was all the exact same figure.
Yeah, it was the Steel Brigade figure, yeah.
Yeah, and it was terrible. So we threw that shit aside, deconstructed like a couple of other G.I. Joes, and went, this is what my guy fucking looks like, because he's awesome and not shitty like that thing.
And we still had really cool bio cards for us.
Yeah.
From when we ordered our Steel Brigade figures. But yeah, I mean, I'm just kind of... I don't want to get back to that point where toys aren't good. I mean, we got to make the distinction that we're talking about retail toys and not specialty toys. I can't afford specialty toys.
But I'm just saying, because there's never going to be not cool toys, not as long as companies like Hot Toys exist. The problem is they're fucking great and fucking expensive. But, retail toys, they kind of go up and down. Like, I've been genuinely unimpressed with a lot of the stuff that they've been doing for Star Wars over the last couple of years. Like the gigantic, 3-foot fucking stormtroopers and Darth Vader. And, because they're big, but they look like shit. Somehow... the bigger your figure, the less detailed it is.
Yeah. That's, once again, trying to make it as cheap as humanly possible.
Yeah.
I did see there was like a 4-inch or 4-foot tall new Stormtrooper, First Order Stormtrooper, and a 4-foot tall Darth Vader, and they've got voice chips and everything in them. They're $100, but they're kind of cool.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying there's nothing cool. I like the little $3 ships that you found at Walmart. Those were pretty good. Those were kind of cool looking. I could see, for $3 or $4?
They were $3.86, something like that.
All right, well, let's call
like $4.
But for $4 a piece, you can throw $20 at that and make a nice little arrangement on your bookshelf or something, and it would look all right.
Yeah, but the Black Series, what's selling right now has been like the Black Series 6-inch figures, and the
they're nice
3/4-inch figures, while poorly articulated, are pretty decent sculpts.
Yeah, they were all right. You were bitching about the face on the one.
Yeah, well, I don't know why Hasbro has such a hard time sculpting female faces, but they all look like angry monkeys.
No, that's a pretty apt description.
Yeah, I mean, Princess Leia's always had like a weird mug.
Yeah.
And now you got Rey, and she, while decently sculpted, had a weird looking mug.
Yeah. No, the body of the figure was pretty nice, but this kind of weird moon face thing going on with the figure, and it looked at least mildly perturbed.
They made her
Jew curls.
Yeah, her ear curls look a little bit too long. Like she does. Yeah. She looks like a little Jewish boy.
Yeah.
Just waiting for what is it called? When they get to be 14.
Oh, her bat mitzvah.
Bat mitzvah, yeah. So she could finally cut off her
mitzvah.
But yeah, I mean, it's so the. Other than that, though, I mean, these look really good. Look like really good figures, and you cannot find the bad guys anywhere because the bad guys look fucking awesome.
Yeah. I'm even mildly curious about the interchangeable lightsaber thing they got going on.
Build your own lightsaber.
Yeah.
Now that everybody's on board with the whole.
The cross guard.
Yeah. Which we always thought was cool looking.
Yeah, no, I liked it. I thought it was neat.
We were like, it's the same thing as with Ben Affleck for us.
Yeah.
So, other cool looking things that are Star Wars related is there's a Sci Fi Airshow.
Yeah.
And they apparently have a life-size TIE fighter cockpit.
Right, which was cool, and we will put the link to their website in the description. And it wasn't the TIE fighter cockpit was really cool. That was the first thing that I had been aware of because somebody else on my Facebook posted it, and it looked badass. It's awesome. I mean, it looks like a giant version of the TIE Fighter toy I had when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But it's
cooler.
Yeah. And it's not just that. They've got a bunch of other ships from different sci-fi shows because they had the Battlestar Galactica Viper ships and a shuttle.
Which really looked cool too.
It did. It was great.
They had the 2001 ship.
Oh, yeah.
And some of the models for it.
Yeah, and there was some ships that I was not sure where the hell that was from.
Yeah.
There was a couple of things.
The air submarine.
Yeah. Shit that I was not real certain of what shows or movies it had come from, but they all look great. I'm not sure if this is home build stuff or if these are actually props that people have picked up from studios and they just brought them all together in one place. And the strange thing is we couldn't find where they do it or when they do it on their website. But we did send them an email to hopefully find out. I mean, it's big equipment, so I doubt it's a traveling show, but it would be cool if it came around this area.
My guess is probably like the Renaissance Fair, but for sci-fi geeks, and it's probably in California.
Yeah, probably.
because it looked like a lot of the stuff was propish.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it looks really cool. Sci-Fi Airshow.com, I believe.
Yeah, I think that was what it was. Again, we'll find it and put the link in the description.
Yep. Yeah, right.
Right. But anyway, so I think that was about all we had.
Yeah, I mean, it's been kind of slow the last couple of weeks, which is why we haven't felt too bad about taking the couple of weeks off.
Right. Well, we've been kind of waiting for a new episode 7 trailer, and it keeps not fucking happening. You know,
I'm so jonesing for this movie.
God damn it, Disney. Give me more. You fuckers.
I'm trying not to look at the books when I see them at the stores.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to get anything taken away. But it seems like they've been really careful about not spoiling anything big.
Yeah.
So they've been giving out little juicy tidbits here and there. So, but yeah, I'm jonesing. I've really turned into a cult of the new kind of person with this, with the toys and stuff. I'm really excited about, because the bad guys are so cool.
It is. Well, but that's classic Star Wars. The bad guys always look cooler than the good guys.
Get Kylo Ren and Captain Phasma. Goosebumps. But yeah, I'm super excited about this, and I want a new trailer. So,
and as soon as one comes out, we will do a reaction video to it. So anyway, I'm gonna call it for this week.
All right.
So we'll see you guys later.
Toodles.